airlines had absolutely no choice but to innovate and to survive. It was basic just commercial Darwinism in its purest form. So what they did was they undertook three initiatives that are very equally as important, as one being just as important as the other. First, they cut capacity, as you saw by one of John's slides. There was a lot of capacity that had to come out, just simply inefficient flying. Airlines reverted back to flying into their areas of strength. They put a lot more capacity out of their hubs. Most airlines have something like 98% of their capacity going into their hubs now. It was about 70% about 5-6 years ago. Flying into areas where they think they can actually come close to earning their cost of capital. And some of that has been coming back, but the volatility of fuel prices, as again John illustrated, is preventing a lot of that irrational capacity from coming back. The second thing they did was they consolidated. And there's obviously been a few major mergers that we're aware of. There's been some antitrust immunity grants with some of the international flag carriers, which have been helpful. There's still another merger to come, in my opinion, within the next few months, which is going to be very helpful. And lastly, and this gets overlooked a lot by a lot of investors I talk to, but they unbundle their products. And you know, it was a difficult, painful thing from a PR perspective to have all these bag fees come online. But let's not forget what these bag fees initially started off as fuel surcharges. American was the first network, quote unquote, legacy carrier to charge customers for a first check bag. That was in April of 2008. If you recall, crude was on a rocket ship going straight north at that point. They were doing this stuff to survive. And you know, you can go back and Google some of these articles. You should, it's entertaining. April 2008, look at the reaction from the media and from bloggers about this $15 first check bag fee that American introduced. I mean, you would have thought people were you know, had their firstborn taken away from them. It's incredible. And then the economic value of those things have created a more sustainable industry. I mean, without unbundling and its change fees and its bag fees and its picking your seat. You know, watch the guy that sits in the back row middle pay for the same amount for his or her seat that the person in the front, in the third row aisle. It doesn't make any sense. You know, it doesn't work that way at a baseball game, shouldn't work that way in an airplane flight. And as airlines are generating more sustainable profits, which still aren't very good, by the way, the industry's still not earning its cost of capital, not even close on an after-tax basis, but it's getting better. They're spending money, and again, John's slide showed those capital expenditures. You know, Delta is putting lie-flat seats everywhere. So is United. You know, they're putting free and fast, it's not free in some cases, but fast Wi-Fi on flights that people want. And if you want to use it, you got to pay for it. And I think customers generally understand that concept when they shop for other products. But there's an evolution that's taking place, and this may take 50 years. We may be in year 4 of a 50-year thing, where just a generation needs to just grow up with this stuff and understand that's just how air travel is. But as airlines become more sustainably profitable, and as they generate cash, they can pay their employees more, they can hire people instead of continuing to shrink from a headcount perspective as they have over the last 10 years. They can buy new shiny planes from Boeing that people want to fly on, or Airbus. And they can flourish.